So first couple sets felt good, but after the second set, I started feeling
Out of control.
Welcome back to the channel. So here I am back in Dubai after my long vacation. So it was 20 days of no training. And I want to emphasize the 20 days of no training. Came back, had a deadlift session at 50%, 3 sets of 8, low volume, low weight, very manageable, no problem. Fast forward 3-4 days after that, and I did attempt to do what I did in my last deadlift session before the vacation, which was 300 kg for 9 sets of 8. So first couple sets felt good, but after the second set, I started feeling a compression on my lower back. So this was happening because my core was weakened from inactivity, because of no training. I had one arm workout with Lewis, but it was very low intensity, nothing to failure, but my core wasn't being worked by doing any heavy compound movements such as squat or deadlift. So it was inactive and then weakened. And when your core is weakened, when you have been neglecting your core and you go to do deadlifts, your lower back is going to be doing a lot of the work. So that's exactly what was happening. Now, in the heat of the moment, I had tunnel vision. All I was thinking about is, oh shit, only have a few weeks before the competition. I need to make up for lost time. But in trying to do so, I rushed to an injury. So I have a small grade 1 strain, tear, if you will, in my lower back. Saw my PT David Johnson, as always. He's a genius when it comes to this stuff. He diagnosed me yesterday, and he said my pelvis was out of line and there is a strain in my lower back. So look, in the big picture, in a month or two, I'll be able to do my 455 kg deadlift. But for the immediate future, I cannot do this competition in August. It's a strongman comp, Middle East strongest man. I'd be foolish to think that with just 3 weeks of training, which is the amount of training I have left before the comp, I'd be able to perform well at the competition. I'd be able to perform to my expectations that I initially set when signing up. Right now, I need at least another week of building back up, testing the waters, making sure my back's okay, and then I need to rebuild that conditioning I had before I went on the vacation. That takes time. There's only 3 to, at the most, if we really push it, 4 weeks of hard training left before the competition. It's just not feasible to be able to do that with my back in its current condition. Again, luckily for me, thinking I could come back after a 3-week layoff and resume the extremely hard, high volume training I was doing, that all I got was a small strain, but this small strain is a big stick in my foot for the situation I'm in, because I only have a few weeks of training left, and I can't immediately from this day forward go back to the training I was doing, because again, I need to build up that conditioning, and that takes time. So I am pulling out, but I am still going for the 1,000 pound deadlift. I'm just going to push the date a bit further. Let's say instead of doing it late August in the day of the competition, I'll do it in September, because to be honest, that's my priority. Squat, bench, deadlift, overhead press, like these are my favorite lifts, and the deadlift being at the tippy top of my favorite lift. And I'm really looking forward to doing that. The other strongman movements, there is a learning curve. I'm still a baby in the sport, and to become efficient at doing things like yoke, farmers, log clean and press, that takes time. And I'm already about to be, in my late 20s. I've been doing powerlifting for a decade. And am I ready to go through that learning curve and deal with these back-to-back injuries, which are inevitable? Look, Mark's a great coach and I'm a good student, but there's really only one way to learn, and you have to just put yourself through it and see what works or doesn't work for you. And as a result, you're going to get hurt in the beginning. You know, for me, squat, bench, deadlift related injuries are very rare because I feel I've mastered the movements. I feel extremely confident with my peaking training program for them, with my technique. Everything is on point. I've been doing it for damn near half my life. But with Strongman, nearly a mere year in the sport, right? So I'm not sure how ready I am to face that learning curve, because I don't think it's worth it to me at the moment to risk injury, you know, because the risk for me right now, being new to the sport, is very high. I already got injured twice. Granted, small injuries, but they're big setbacks when you're preparing for competition. A small injury sets you back weeks, and you only have weeks to work with when you're training for a competition. And if you take that risk and try and train through the injury and go into the competition anyway, there's a very big chance to either make the injury much worse than it is. It'll go from a small injury to a major one that could set you back months or permanently, or you'll greatly underperform. You will not have that confidence with any injury going into competition as if you weren't injured going to the competition. So I only enter competition or attempt a PR if I'm healthy and everything feels 100% okay. I never attempt PRs or attempt to do competition if my body is not healthy or if I have any injury anywhere in my body, no matter how big or small it is. So I'm sorry to let the Strongman fans down who want to see me do this comp, but I need to look after my health first and foremost. But don't worry, I'm still doing the 1,000 pound deadlift. That's still on schedule. I'm just pushing it back. On that note, as always, thanks for tuning in to the channel. I love you guys. Like, subscribe, comment, share with your friends, and I'll see you very soon.